Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's event. I'm Megan Watson, and I am on the AI product marketing team here at Zendesk, and I'm going to be your host for today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy days to join us. This is the second of our AI Summit Deep Dive series, and today we're focusing on agents and knowledge. For context, I think it's just to set the stage. A few weeks ago, we had our second largest event of the year, AI Summit, where attendees heard from AI experts like Reid Hoffman. So cool that he was able to join us for that. He is the co-founder of LinkedIn and Inflection AI. And attendees also received updates on our biggest product announcements for the second half of the year. There was also live Q&A with product experts, and attendees were able to join tailored sessions based on their areas of interest, such as customer experience, employee service, and contact center. These are use cases where Zendesk just continues to innovate. So lots of goodness, and why we put together this deep dive series to go into all of it for you. If you did not attend, you can still register and receive all of the recordings and resources provided. So I definitely encourage you to do that and check it out. But again, we have this deep dive series happening. We wouldn't be a good deep dive series if we didn't go deeper on all of that amazingness from AI Summit. So if you don't register for that, we definitely encourage you registering for this series that we're doing here at Zendesk. Last week, we did a deep dive on all of the amazing announcements on Copilot. Today, we are covering agents and knowledge. And as you can see in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, we will have one next week on employee service. And then we will wrap up this series on November 13th, going into everything announced for contact center. So when Brett joins, if he's here, he'll be providing the registration link in the chat. So definitely check us out. Really great content. And we've got some awesome experts on the line to walk you through and answer all your questions. Additionally, the community is always here at Zendesk having some incredible events. So I want to plug a few of those too before we hop into the content. Worth mentioning, on November 5th, please join our Product Insights Exchange team to learn about Agent Home. And this is an opportunity to share feedback and engage with our product teams. Yes, the Zendesk QA and workforce management trainings took place yesterday, but I believe you can still register and get recordings from that if you're interested. And then last, don't forget about our user groups. They are incredible. It's really an opportunity to have casual chats with customers, engage with guest speakers, and to share knowledge and build connections. So a couple here for you. Catch the public sector user group AI Agents and Action Builder demo with Dr. H. Coy, plus admin and Spain meetups in November. So those are, if you are in that region, we definitely encourage you to check it out, register, and join. So incredible stuff happening, so many events, and we just encourage you to bookmark them and join our community if you're interested. We're always putting on some fantastic events, going deeper into our product and really connecting users to learn from each other.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Megan. Welcome, everyone. Awesome to see so many of you joining from all over the world. I'm Maddie. I'm on the Zendesk product marketing team. I focus on our knowledge product, and I'm really excited to bring all these exciting details about what we have going on in knowledge and AI agents to you all today. So before we jump in, I just want to lay the groundwork around why we're focused on AI agents and knowledge specifically today. And we know that CX leaders like yourselves have overwhelmingly told us that you believe the future of CX is going to be agentic. So that means that 80% of customer issues will be resolved without a human in the next 2 years. And yet at the same time, getting there hasn't been easy for many, with long deployments and endless pilots stalling adoption. Might sound familiar to you, right? So if we go to the next slide, We at Zendesk really believe that making the move to agentic CX doesn't need to involve a long or risky implementation. In fact, if you are already with the Zendesk suite or considering it, you already have the key pieces you need to drive immediate value with knowledge and AI agents. Now, by now, you have likely, if you can go back one slide, Megan, you've likely heard us talk about our resolution platform. It's the only AI-first platform where automation, AI, and agents work as one, solving problems, not passing them around. And the good news is if you are already a Zendesk Suite customer or considering the suite, you have all the tools that you need to start driving resolutions included in your plan. So in this session, if you go forward one slide, Megan, in this session, we're going to focus on how the suite helps you build a strong knowledge foundation with Knowledge Builder, and then talk a little bit about how we guide you through where to start automating with automation potential, and then of course, how to connect to an AI agent that delivers accurate resolutions across your key channels. So let's get started here talking about knowledge. You're probably aware AI is only as strong as the knowledge that powers it, right? We have all heard that adage now, garbage in, garbage out, right? So the first step in driving immediate value is really building a strong knowledge foundation, setting you up to begin your automation journey. But building a knowledge base from the ground up can be a long and arduous process. It requires a lot of manual analysis of your top customer issues and a lot of time spent drafting articles from scratch. In fact, if you have experience doing this manually, I'd love to hear in the chat like how long it took you roughly to build your knowledge base. But this is really why we launched Knowledge Builder, right? And this is soon to be generally available on all Zendesk plans. If you haven't had the time to build your knowledge base out, Knowledge Builder can help you do it using the power of AI. It analyzes your past tickets and your business context to generate a ready-to-use knowledge base with minimal lift from your team. So on the next slide, I just want to talk a little bit about how it works, but then even better, you're going to see it in action with the demo from Kasha. But at a high level, kind of 3 steps, right? So first, using AI, Knowledge Builder looks at all of your solved tickets from the last 90 days and then groups them into ticket clusters. These clusters represent your most common challenges, your most common customer challenges, right? As you can imagine, or maybe even you know from experience, this part, when done manually, can take a very long time, right? While it's analyzing your tickets, the builder is also evaluating information that you provide during setup, which we'll see in the demo in a minute. So this is information about your business and about your audience, and it pairs that with the ticket analysis to generate a hierarchy for your help center. And then once you're happy with that hierarchy and you've approved it, the builder will then generate a number of suggested articles for you as well, which are just automatically in draft mode, ready to be published when you are happy with them. So you have full control to go in and edit them and update them before you publish them. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Kasha, who's going to show us what this looks like in product.
Excellent. Do you see my screen right now?
Yeah, yep. Looks great. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your patience. So apart from making food plans, I also work in knowledge. My name is Kasia Karpińska. I have been here in Zendesk for last 5.5 years. And I've been in knowledge from very, very beginning. So I have talked to a lot of customers, new and old customers, who told me how long it takes them to set up knowledge and how long it takes them to start with knowledge. And as a person who sometimes dabbles in writing as well, I definitely feel the stress of a blank page. So all of those factors came into idea of building a knowledge builder that helps to overcome this fear of a blank page and also help our customers to start or restart their knowledge base. So I would like to show you the demo how it works. I'm starting in our support product to show you that in this particular account, we have quite a few tickets that will be used for generating knowledge. And then I'll switch to our knowledge product. We are in the admin of it. As you see, there's no articles over here, but there is a button to generate those articles with AI. This is from inside of the product. You don't necessarily have to have an activated help center or knowledge product yet. You can start completely from the blank slot, but because this is a demo that we've been doing for a while, I'm showing it from the inside product. I'll click on the button, which will take you to a wizard that you can work with to generate your knowledge. I have a little bit of a pre-created description of a company. So we're in a company that is called Snowcraft. This company is it's a manufacturer and a web shop for snowboards and skiing gear. They are making their products from the top quality materials. They are high endurance. They're also working with fixing their gear if it's broken and renting it out. And this is all described in a few paragraphs that they are writing in as a description of what does your business do. We can also decide over here who this business is serving. So what kind of end users this help center will be for. There can be customers, so end users, they can be employees, or in case of B2B, there can be businesses. We can also include the most topical, the most typical questions that their customers are asking. In this case, because it's a manufacturer, but also rental agency, the questions are usually about location and opening hours, what are the product inquiries, and how to return an items. So once we have those three things, available tickets, a bit of a description of what the business is doing, and the ideal customers that the help center is for, we can hit generate preview. And what is happening right now, it will take a moment. What is happening right now is that we're taking all of the tickets that you've seen, we're clustering them by the topic. So we're trying to identify the tickets that are similar to each other. We are taking the information from those clusters so we can have, we can see that their bigger cluster is about opening hours, maybe slightly smaller one about exchanges. Maybe there's a bigger cluster about the sizing. And by that, we can extract this knowledge that's in the ticket, combine it together with information that was provided about the business and about the customers, and suggest you structure of your help center. So here on the right-hand side, you can see a suggested order of categories and sections inside of your help center, and what type of articles it is suggesting. So we can see that we have order management, is that you can regenerate this preview up to 10 times to find something that fits your needs. But once you're happy with the preview, we can go and hit create knowledge. This is where those shells of the articles are actually being fit in with the knowledge that is coming from both your information and the information that you provided and information that is coming from the tickets. We are able to generate approximately 20, maximum 40 articles that should cover 80% of the cases that you have in the tickets. That's our approximation. Sometimes it crops out, so you have to need to refresh the page. And here you have all of the articles in a setup in a separate AI-generated tab or list. They are all in draft, so we encourage you to go into them and see the content. See if it actually fulfills the needs that you have. If all of the information is correct, you can, of course, add more information to it. You can play with formatting. You can add images if you want to. But once you're happy, you can go and hit publish, or you can publish all of the articles in a bulk. And this is Knowledge Builder.
Excellent. Yeah, again, thank you so much, Kasha. Really incredible to see what AI can do in just a matter of minutes. So what I want to talk about here is just, now that your knowledge base is published and live, a couple things to keep in mind that you can do to maximize and get the most out of your new knowledge base. So the first thing that we recommend you do is make sure you have generative search activated. When you have Gen Search turned on, your customers and agents can more easily self-serve, and they get those AI-generated answers to their search queries right at the top of their search results, which saves them a lot of time from reading through articles, right? And then secondly, we're very excited to have recently launched our new knowledge connectors just, I think, earlier this week. Now, with these out-of-the-box connectors, you can instantly pull in relevant content from external sources without any migration work. So what this means is that you can bring in knowledge that lives in other third-party systems like Confluence and make it immediately available and accessible to generative search and to your AI agent without having to manually replicate all that knowledge inside your Zendesk knowledge base. So again, saving you a lot of time while making your knowledge base even more robust and enriched with your trusted data. And then finally, I know, we've had a lot of questions around, since we launched Knowledge Builder in EAP earlier this year, there have been a lot of questions from customers just around kind of like what it can and can't do. So I just want to quickly remind folks around like what Knowledge Builder is addressing and then what we have coming down the line in Q1. So what you just saw is Knowledge Builder intended primarily for customers who do not yet have a knowledge base, right? This is really the primary use case and where we see customers, the customers that we see getting the most value from it are those that just have not had time to build a knowledge base yet, right? And this will be generally available in mid-November. For customers and those of you that already have a mature knowledge base and are looking for tools that can help you keep it updated and optimized, we do have you covered too. So our new knowledge dashboard experience, which we are calling Knowledge Assistant, will launch in early access in Q1. And this new dashboard experience will offer up AI-powered insights and recommendations for how your knowledge is performing and how to keep it fresh. And it would, do things like suggest new articles that you might want to create, and then it can actually create those for you. So we had a lot of questions around whether this is something that Knowledge Builder can do, and the answer is no, because Knowledge Builder is really trying to solve that problem of just like getting over the blank page syndrome, right? And getting to that V1 of your knowledge base faster and closing the gap there so you can then connect to an AI agent and start automating. And then if you already have a mature knowledge base, keep your eyes out for this Knowledge Assistant feature coming out in Q1, because that will have everything you need. Okay, I think I am handing it over now to Megan and Jake to take us to the second part here with automation potential.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maddie and Kasha, for that fantastic walkthrough on how you can build a really robust knowledge base with AI. And hi, everyone. I'm Megan Williams, the second Megan on the call today, and I'm a product marketer for AI agents here at Zendesk. Now, with a strong knowledge foundation like the one you just saw, you are in the perfect position to take the next step in your automation journey. And that's automating resolutions at scale with AI agents. Zendesk AI agents use your knowledge content to instantly resolve common requests across the channels your customers use most. Think messaging, social, email, web form, and more. AI agents are already included with your Zendesk plan and take just a few steps to get started. And the best part is that soon we are making it even easier to get started with a brand new report called Automation Potential. Every business has untapped automation. That's those repeatable, high volume tasks that could easily be handled by AI. The challenge is that finding and acting on those opportunities has traditionally been time consuming, it's been tedious and distracting for teams. That's where automation potential comes in. This new report takes the guesswork out of automation by showing you exactly where your biggest opportunities are, and then it also lets you act on them instantly. This helps you get started with and optimize your AI agents faster than ever before. So just a little bit on how it works. First, you can use automation potential to start automating in minutes. Zendesk analyzes your own ticket data to show exactly which customer questions are ready to automate. And it does this using the knowledge content you already have. And it also, using your ticket data, can show you the automation rates that you can expect from each of these. So you're getting started with data-backed guidance rather than just guesswork. Next, you'll also get actionable recommendations that help you drive more automated resolutions over time. These insights highlight high impact gaps in your knowledge content. This is the knowledge content that your AI agent uses to answer questions, and then it helps you fill those gaps instantly. And then finally, automation potential makes it easy to prioritize automations with the biggest business impact. And this is backed by projected time and cost savings. So you're not just automating more, you're automating smarter and where it matters most. Okay, that's enough of me just telling you about automation potential. Let's dive into a demo where our product manager, Jake Bantz, will show you this report in action.
For those just getting started with the knowledge base, it really gives an amazing foundation of knowledge to tap into, while many other operations already have a great deal of knowledge available. We see that a quality knowledge base is a key stepping stone to get into that AI agent journey. From this point, it's natural to ask, where do I get started with automation and AI agents? Automation Potential is a helpful guide to help you understand where you can already automate conversations today, as well as areas where there is not an applicable answer available in your knowledge base. We can see in this account, we don't have any AI agents yet, so we want to get started somewhere. We start by highlighting the ROI metrics tied to the portion of your tickets, which could already be automated. There are cost and time saving opportunities in these automatable cases, which we want to help you unlock. Automation Potential is identifying those tickets which are more likely to be automated. These are often the repeat cases where agents provide the same reply in ticket after ticket. They maybe use macros, other repeatable situations. Using AI agents as that first contact point could help contain these conversations while allowing your agents to focus on the more complex cases where they can better leverage their expertise. As we dig in here to this password reset example, we can see these subtopics that are listed within. They're identified out of the sample tickets to highlight what are our customers actually asking about. So it's going that step further rather than just a basic topic definition to really highlight what are we seeing within your tickets. We also allow you to view how the AI agent would reply using real questions and messages that a customer might ask. So it gives you the idea of how is the AI agent going to answer, what content is it using, as well as even possibly guiding you toward a place where you may want to refine the answer. Maybe this answer could be a little bit better, even though we found an answer. Let's allow you to see that before going live with the AI agent. Then we continue to a familiar interface, as we just saw, but this is highlighting the knowledge gaps. Where is the knowledge base lacking? Where could we not find the answer? So we'll dive into the warranty claims topic here, and we can see a couple of the subtopics that we've highlighted. And for example, we want to maybe write a document to highlight defective product returns. So we want to help the customers find that answer themselves, help the AI agent find that answer so we can contain those conversations. By generating an article here, we can quickly spin up a new draft article for your help center. You can decide to publish this content, of course, edit it for accuracy, make sure it fits the brand and guidelines that your account and your customers expect. So we'll just say that I've edited the article, everything looks great. and I'm going to go forward and publish this document. This article goes live. Our AI agents are set up to very quickly index any new content and content changes. So it will be a very short lag time until these answers and the information in this article is available for that AI agent. Now that I've targeted that product return article, I want to start by getting my AI agent created so that it can leverage those answers right away and that these customers and these tickets can be handled appropriately. So it's really easy just to click through, start creating the AI agent. I can choose the tone that I would like to select. Because we know where you were in automation potential, we've pre-selected the brand that is applicable. And we even let you dive into a sample conversation. So you can interact with our AI agents before you go live, just to make sure it has the answers that you want and need as well. Now we'll go to publish this AI agent, and we can see we can very quickly select which channels we'd like to deploy this on. As well as a highlight is we do have the email and web form channels available, so you can start automating where your customers are contacting you today. And I'll continue to publish this AI agent, and it's ready to go live. So we can communicate with our customers and provide those generative answers right within the normal AI agent experience. So we can return to automation potential to still refine and improve the AI agents. We'll still be highlighting knowledge gaps for your account as things evolve. As customers have new questions, new themes crop up, you release new products, those topics are going to change. So through knowledge gaps and automation potential, through the upcoming features that we are deploying to the knowledge space, will really help you find which areas need to be improved so that you can automate further and get the right answers to your customers in the right space.
I hope that great demo we just saw made up for it. But as I was saying, as you can see, a lot of our customers are able to start automating with automation potential and AI agents in just minutes. But once you've deployed your first AI agent, the next question that you might start asking yourself is, what else can they do? Or how do you make them even better? So that's where a few of these best practices can unlock even more value. First, you can make automation feel like an extension of your brand. So by setting your AI agent's tone of voice, something like enthusiastic or professional, this can help make sure that every interaction feels authentic to your brand and communicated the same way that your human agents communicate with your customers. Next, you can also speak in your customer's language automatically. So your AI agent can deliver effortless global support. It automatically translates responses into more than 30 languages so that you can scale worldwide without adding headcount or complexity. You can also set up custom translations for specific standard responses if you want that extra level of control and precision. And finally, you can turn insights into impact. So by reviewing your automation potential report and other out-of-the-box AI agent reporting, you can easily uncover new opportunities like unanswered questions or emerging trends and help your AI agent get even smarter and more effective over time. Okay, so a quick wrap up here. Today, we have seen how the Zendesk Suite can help you build a strong knowledge foundation with Knowledge Builder, pinpoint where automation can have the biggest impact with automation potential, and then connect that intelligence to AI agents that deliver accurate on-brand resolutions across your key channels. What's really powerful and exciting about this is that it is a connected, self-reinforcing system. Setting up your knowledge base is the key to getting started with AI agents. But then as your knowledge base grows stronger, your AI agents resolve more requests. And as your AI agents automate more, you can uncover new insights that help you fill those knowledge gaps. It's continuous improvement, meaning your AI, your knowledge, and your automation rates all keep improving together over time. And the good news is that if you're already a Zendesk Suite customer, you have everything you need to start driving real resolution with AI, all included in your plan. It has truly never been easier to start driving resolutions in just a few quick steps. And taking just a quick glance at availability, knowledge connectors and AI agents are available today. Automation potential is in early access, and we are so excited that Knowledge Builder is launching in just a few days. So you can start putting these capabilities to work fast and continue unlocking more value as we expand. And just a quick note on this slide, thank you, Megan. I did just mention that automation potential is in early access. So to gain access to the insights you saw with automation potential specifically, we do encourage you to join our early access program. This helps you get these insights you saw today in your own environment, showing exactly where your business can benefit from AI agents and guide you to get started. Space is limited, so we encourage you to sign up soon if you're interested, because we want to make sure we can help unlock these insights for you as soon as possible. And Brett should be dropping that link in the chat so that you all can get access to this form. Now I will hand things back over to Megan so we can dive into the Q&A portion of our event.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you, team. And we just really appreciate everyone's questions. The Q&A tab is lighting up. So while we are answering questions that were submitted when you registered, we'll be focusing on those here in this live portion. You can still ask your questions in the Q&A tab. We do have experts there answering, and thank you to everyone working hard to get questions answered there too. Awesome. All right, so let's get started. The first one is, what criteria are used to recommend new knowledge base articles? Can Knowledge Builder look at sources other than tickets in Zendesk?
Yeah, I can take this one, and then I don't know if others want to jump in, please do. So I guess to answer the first one around criteria used to recommend how to fill gaps in your knowledge base. So the way automation potential addresses this, the async tickets like email, web form, and API are being used to identify where those knowledge gaps exist within a specific account. And this gives you a fair representative sample of topics in the customer's conversations that we're able to compare against existing knowledge in the help center and then identify where those gaps could be, right? And we are investigating the addition of more channels like messaging to help you discover gaps across all your channels. With Knowledge Builder, the second part of this question, currently it looks at your solved tickets from the past 90 days. We are in future iterations of Knowledge Builder considering bringing in other sources outside of just tickets, and maybe Kasha, you can jump in with any more detail there. But for now, it is looking at your previous 90 days of tickets that are solved.
That is correct. We have a lot of ideas how to improve it. So we are thinking about adding a possibility to choose a range of the tickets that we want to look into. We are thinking about adding possibility to add external sources immediately in a knowledge builder, and also to use a web crawler to connect it to any websites that you would like to. This is all in the future improvement list, but for now it's the tickets that we mentioned and the description that you are providing.
Awesome. Great updates, both of you. Thank you so much. All right, next one. How do I keep my knowledge updated so my AI agent is using accurate information?
Really good question. So there's a few ways that you can do it already now, and there's a lot of things that we're building in the future, already building, and they will be available in the shortly to make it even easier. But I'll start with the stuff that is available already now. So our knowledge base has something which is called article verification rules. Those are business rules that you can set up to make sure that you keep your knowledge up to date. You can set up frequency that those rules are kicking in. So how often do you want to review your articles? And you can also set up different rules based on the different criteria, which articles need to be taken into consideration in those rules. So those criteria can be who owns them, who is an author of those articles, which sections they're coming in. So if you have a seasonal business, you can, for example, make sure that every start of the season, you're reviewing an articles that are sitting in your seasonal section, if this is how your knowledge base is being organized. But we're also having quite a lot of analytics. So if you go to Explore, you have a pre-made knowledge base dashboard. In this one, you can identify You can find information if your customers are finding and viewing your articles. You can see the trends and discover which articles receive most votes. It's also a really good idea to check the CSAT scores of those articles and look at the search report. So you can see what your customers are actually searching for, what searches are not coming up with any results, which of them have poor click-through rates. So this all is already available, both the dashboards in Explore, the search dashboard, the CSAT dashboard, the knowledge base dashboard, as well as article verification rules. What we're thinking about is to basically power up our knowledge admins in the future with providing them much more insights than just knowledge gaps, but also a lot of insights about the health of the knowledge base. And the first product drops will be coming at the beginning of next year in this area.
Thanks, Kasha. Got to give love to our knowledge admins, that's for sure. All right, can Knowledge Builder automatically update articles as new support trends emerge? Can it detect gaps in knowledge?
Yeah, I can take this one and the next one that are focused on Knowledge Builder. Hopefully this has been addressed already, but just to kind of, reiterate, I know there's a lot of questions around like what can Knowledge Builder do and what can it do, and a lot of folks want to be using it for their existing knowledge base. But again, like it's primarily really meant for helping you, those of you that don't have a knowledge base, get one started from scratch, right? Not so much around keeping your existing knowledge base updated. If you have an existing knowledge base already, you can still use the builder, but you would need to basically replace your existing knowledge base with the one that it generates for you, right? So it's not going to be able to like make updates and edit your existing knowledge base. But like I said, the Knowledge Assistant that is launching early next year in EAP will support those use cases around updating your articles as trends in your support questions change and detecting gaps in knowledge. And then if we go to the next one, so I think I've kind of addressed this one on the next slide around, is Knowledge Builder geared mostly towards building a new knowledge base? And then does it show the tickets it used to create knowledge articles? Megan, if you go forward one slide. So yes, again, primarily targeted at those that don't have an existing knowledge base, right? Because we really are just trying to solve that issue of customers not having time capacity to manually build out their knowledge base. And then as far as does it show the tickets, it doesn't show the tickets in a list, right? But we are being very transparent about which tickets it's looking at, right? So it's looking at all of your tickets from the past 90 days that have been set to solved.
Awesome, thank you. Crushing the questions. All right. Next one, how quickly can a new team set up a self-service knowledge base from scratch? I like this question. I know we've got some great chat of folks just saying generally kind of how long it takes them, but I don't know if we've answered just with these tools, how quickly, what are we hearing from customers using these tools? How quickly can they set up a self-service knowledge base from scratch using these tools?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give my 2 cents, and then Kasha, I don't know if you have anything to add, but I think this was kind of verified by those of you that added to the chat. Doing this manually can take anywhere from like a couple months to maybe even like a good part of a year, right? And we're trying to just get you over that like blank page syndrome, right? And get to your V1 faster. And I chatted to a customer just a couple of days ago, and she said that she was able to just get to exactly that, like the V1 of her new knowledge base within a couple of days. And then they just have to go through some internal reviews before they're able to launch it. So it saved her hours and hours. And as we continue to talk to those of you using this, I think we'll have like a more a clearer idea of really what the time saving is, right? Because we have just been in early access with this. So as you start using it, please leave us feedback in the community. We love to see that. Kasha, I don't know if you've had any customer conversations yet or heard any feedback just around how much time it's saving.
I don't have anything to add
Yeah,
besides
okay.
of like anecdotal information that you already shared. That generally, so setting up help center is a little bit more than just writing articles, right?
Right.
There's also, if you want to have something public on the help center itself, there's a matter of theming and publishing. So this is also taking time. But when it comes to creating those first articles, we definitely hear from our customers that it's an uplift.
Awesome. Thank you both. All right. How do knowledge connectors work? Can internal documentation from Confluence be accessible to an AI agent?
Yes, it can, but it all depends on you. It depends how you want to use it and how you want to set it up. So let me start by saying how do knowledge connectors work. By setting up a connector, you're establishing a connection. You will need to authenticate yourself, of course, to the space that you want to use. In case of Confluence, you'll be able to set a separate connection to each of the Confluence spaces. So you can have Confluence spaces that is more customer facing, or you can have a Confluence space that is fully internal and you don't want to have it available for the bots or AI agents, but you would, for example, like to have it available for generative search or the other way around. Once you set up this connection, in the process of setting up this connection, you can also set up the visibility permission on our side. Our visibility permissions are managed by user segments. So this is a functionality that knowledge managers should be aware of. So you can set up, you have a full control to decide who will see this information. And because our AI agents are respecting the user segments and those visibility permissions, when the question is asked, they will be serving information only based on what they are allowed to show to the profile that they are serving information to.
How folks were saying just how much time the migration bit takes, having those connectors is going to be huge for you all. Again, starting with Confluence and more to come. So I'm very excited about this one. All right, how do I know which of my support topics are best suited for automation, and how do I prioritize them?
Yeah, another awesome question and vital to the whole operation. Really, the best area to start is the common questions and scenarios that are repetitive for your agents. Your agents are going to happily tell you about the questions that they're tired of answering, and that could live as part of a knowledge base, FAQ, those sorts of spaces. Also, consult your macros in your account. Look at which ones are most used, which would be appropriate for a document that could be publicly shared to put in that open space to be easily automated. And as you take care of these items, the new themes and requests will naturally bubble to the surface. So it's going to ever evolve. Once you've knocked one out, the next pops up, sort of a whack-a-mole sort of situation. You're not going to solve for everything right away. So like we saw in the automation potential presentation, the goal isn't to write every single article and cover every knowledge gap. Instead, choose where you and your customers will find the most value and then go from there. The other issues will just naturally bubble to the surface. And again, your agents are a valuable resource in this adventure to figure out what should be covered and which can be deprioritized for a little while.
Thank you. Can you share some examples of how customers are using this technology? So good follow-up question there.
Yeah, for sure. I can hop in here with a few examples that we love to talk about. So a couple to highlight: Fonero, hopefully I'm saying their name right. They're a Norwegian mobile provider, and they deployed an AI agent during, they were going through a 194% spike in volume. And despite the surge, they managed to automate 59%, let's call it 60% of resolutions across their channels, keeping pace with demand without compromising on service quality. So really, exactly what AI agents are intended to do is help you manage that growing volume without compromising your service quality. A couple others: Hello Sugar, a beauty and wellness franchise. They doubled the number of locations without adding headcount. And they were able to do this by using AI agents for tasks like booking appointments. And they also reached a 66% automation rate and saved about $14,000 a month. So just able to really scale their support operations without needing to add that additional headcount and overhead. And then ShopBack is the third one I want to talk about. They're a rewards and discovery platform, and they now automate 70% of their customer queries with AI agents. And this has really freed up their support staff, their human support staff, to focus on more complex, high value customer interactions and add value to those relationships.
All right, what's the best way to measure ROI from deploying AI agents in customer support?
Sorry, I always find the mute button for myself. So kind of the best way to measure ROI, it's really going to depend on what your goals were going into the implementation. However, there's key metrics we see customers consider, and they fall sort of into these buckets. First is cost savings. Measure that how much can you reduce the support ticket volume. Count the number of tickets that are handled or deflected or contained, as some people say, by the AI without needing much intervention. Also, agent time saved. Throwing back to automation potential, we're trying to help quantify and understand how much time agents save because the AI handles the routine queries and or accelerates responses by using the tools that are available, as well as hiring costs. You may be able to do more without hiring additional agents to serve those frontline types of requests. Second, customer satisfaction, CSAT. Measure changes in the customer satisfaction scores. Happier customers typically means better ROI. They keep coming back to you. They're loyal. And you can look at faster response times and resolution rates fueled by those AI agents as well, since they're able to answer typically within seconds rather than minutes or days, possibly. Then also revenue impact. If applicable, track upsell or cross-sell opportunities that are influenced by AI recommendations. It may be harder to measure some of those, but look how customer retention improvements are linked to that faster or better support as well.
Thank you, Jake. Great answer. And again, what Jake reviewed with you all is a great way or a great place to go to do this. We recently had an event on this topic, actually, and it was measuring the impact of AI on your business. I shared the link to that event in the chat. Definitely check it out. You can see the recording there. Perfect. All right, next question. What analytics or dashboards are available to monitor AI performance and ticket deflection?
I can grab this one. So the Zendesk AI Agents Insights dashboard is really helpful for helping you monitor your AI agent performance and also keep improving because it gives you a really comprehensive overview of performance metrics. That's things like automated resolution rate, the percent of requests that are transferred to an agent, the number of active users. You can also review all of your AI agent conversations, both resolved and unresolved, to spot patterns or trends that you might want to act on to continue improving. And of course, as we saw today, you can always refer back to automation potential to review your knowledge gaps and then instantly draft new articles to fill those. So those are just a number of the different metrics you can track and ways that you can keep improving using them.
All right, how does the AI agent prioritize knowledge articles when providing responses to users?
I can grab this one too. AI agents really try to find the best answers in your knowledge base by looking for articles that match what the customer is asking as closely as possible. So the AI agent can scan entire articles to look for the answer, and it pays attention to things like how well the text and the answer within that article matches the question that the customer has asked. Though it can scan those entire articles, it's important to keep in mind when you're building out your knowledge base that keeping articles targeted and kind of specific to a certain topic is a best practice, and it's more effective than, say, having one or two just really long articles that have a lot of information in them. That does help your AI agent find answers faster when it can go through those more targeted articles.
I think we have a really good... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Maddie.
Oh, no, I was just going to add on to what Megan said. Like, I think that it's a really good point about now we're no longer thinking just about writing for humans. We have to think about writing for AI agents as well, and AI that's going to be reading those articles to use it in answers. And so we do have some kind of best practice information on our blog, and I'll drop the link in here around how to write well for AI. But, it's things like using straightforward, simple language, shorter sentences, not like long run-on sentences, things like that. So I'll drop that link in here.
Thank you, Maddie. I was just thinking that. I'm like, we have so many good best practices. We should share them out as a resource. So thank you for doing that. How does Zendesk ensure data security and privacy when AI agents process customer data? Such a really great question. And I'm so glad someone asked this, because obviously data security and privacy is such a big topic when it comes to AI.
As you said, Megan, we're taking data protection and data security very, very seriously. In fact, we have a full zero data retention policy with our providers. That means that no models are being trained on the data that is being used by the conversations that our customers are having. We are how it works is that we're sending the data. We are to the LLM. It's being processed over there. The information is being returned, and then this data is being scrubbed immediately. So this is something that is very close to our heart. We are also having compliance with HIPAA and other protocols. We're also taking data locality very, very seriously. That means that even if we're working with LLM providers, we're expecting them and we are checking on them on their data locality policies. In fact, Zendesk is one of the first companies to access OpenAI's European endpoints to ensure that even this zero data retention policy that we have is still within the locale of our customers. We have a fantastic article that explains all of how we are treating our data when it comes to generative AI, and I'll be happy to drop it later.
Thank you, Kasia. That would be incredible, and I really appreciate you going through kind of what we're doing here. Some great stuff. Perfect. Just want to remind the audience, this is a 75-minute event, so a little bit longer than what we normally do, but that's because we want to get to all of your questions. So a couple more here. Are there best practices for balancing automation with the human touch in support? How do we prevent over-automation or ensure sensitive cases are escalated? Love this one too.
Yes, I can take this one. I think I have a few of the upcoming ones, so hopefully you all don't get too tired of me. But I do love this question. I think it's a really great consideration. And I want to emphasize first and foremost that AI agents are designed to complement and not replace human agents. So the best practice is letting AI agents handle those really high volume, lower complexity requests. They can handle more of those complex, nuanced requests when you want them to, but you can also make sure that you are saving those sensitive tasks and routing them up to human agents when they're better suited for them. So when an escalation is needed, AI agents can collect key context and details up front and pass that directly to a human agent to make sure that they're equipping them with the information they need to really hit the ground running without making your customer repeat themselves. So over time, teams can really fine tune this balance. You can review performance insights in Zendesk, identify where your AI agents are most effective and where that human touch drives better just better resolution rates as a whole. So I think that keeping an eye on that is a really key task to scaling with automation and figuring out what works best for your business and your customers.
So important. And it's always like a delicate balance, right? But I think what's really powerful with AI is just that, especially here at Zendesk, the tools that we have, the ability to kind of balance both, right? To help kind of get the like high volume repetitive requests off your support team, and then give the ones that are really kind of need that human touch. So I feel like the tools that we are offering provide that balance. So thank you for speaking to that. All right, so how can we train Zendesk AI to understand our specific products, services, and tone of voice? I think we saw a little bit in the demo, but maybe we can speak to that a little bit more, Megan.
Yeah, of course. So I think the great news here is that you don't need any training for AI agents. They're really quick to get up and running with. And really, they use your Help Center content to answer questions, which means they're already armed with all the info about your company and about your products that exists in your Help Center. You can also really easily select a tone of voice for your AI agent that best reflects your brand. This makes sure it feels authentic. It feels the way that your human agents communicate, again, without any training required there. You can also, if we want to get a little bit deeper than we got into the demo and the presentation today, we have a really cool feature for AI agents called instructions, and this lets you further guide your AI agent's behavior by giving it in simple instructions that defines things like how it responds to certain topics, the terminology that it uses to make sure it's really aligned with your brand, just to make sure that you have that little bit of an extra level of control to make sure the AI agent really feels like your own and is interacting the way that you need it to. So the result here is it's an AI agent that is really fast to get up and running that doesn't require that training, still with those customization options available, like tone of voice, like instructions, to make sure that it's fitting your.
All right, how can AI agents scale across global customer bases while maintaining consistent service quality?
Yes, on this one, another great question. I think we touched on this. You might have heard a little bit in the best practices earlier. So the really great news is that AI agents are built to help you scale across regions and across languages. They're automatically able to pull the same knowledge content that you already have in your Help Center and translate that into over 30 languages so it can communicate with your customers across the world. And you can also define those custom translations for your standard responses, meaning that if a certain phrase you're using might not translate well from one language to another, you can go in and define that and make sure that you're striking the right tone and the right meaning of what your AI agents are saying as well. Excuse me, sorry, I'm a little under the weather and it's showing in my voice now. But essentially, this should equip you to scale globally and make sure that you can communicate with those customers no matter where in the world they are.
Thank you, Megan. We hope you're feeling better soon. Lots of stuff going around. All right, so we reached the end of the questions that you all submitted in advance of the event, but there were a few. You all have done such a great job asking questions while we've been presenting. And so I want to maybe take the rest of the time to answer some of those live here now, because we've got the time and we have the experts here. So I think the first one that kind of grabbed my attention is, can AI read PDFs? So I don't know if anyone wants to speak to that here live. I think it's a good question.
I can say from an AI agent's perspective, currently they'll read the written content that is within your Help Center articles. So I think that if we're talking best practices for creating Help Center for AI agents, it would be to write out that content in your Help Center article and have it readily available there.
Yeah, that's a very good answer. I love the little quiet because it was just like I was going in my mind.
Well, and I kind of threw you off, right? You guys
No, it's
like
great.
Figuring out the roadmap.
Not yet, but soon. We are working on ingestions of different type of formats. PDF will be one of the first ones, and I think that it will come very soon. But we're also thinking about and building ingestion for images, videos, and maybe hopefully sometime next year voice as well. So we're really buffing and buffing this area up and investing in making sure that you can use all of the sources that you have, literally all of the sources that you have, empowering your AI experiences.
All right. How about this one? So Chris here is asking, our knowledge base and tickets span multiple products. Does this distinguish or filter between products?
Yeah, well, I think it really just comes down to whether your products are grouped by different brands or not, right? So if you have your products and therefore your knowledge bases separated by brand, then yes, you could create with Knowledge Builder, you can create a knowledge base per brand, right? If they're all handled in one Zendesk instance, right? That's a little bit different, right? So I think in that case, it should still be able to distinguish it, and you would just see it kind of come out in the way that, like in Knowledge Builder, for example, you would see that come out in the way it is clustering your tickets, right? So it should be able to identify broad themes across products and not lump in, how you would answer one product with another, if that makes sense. I see heads nodding, so I think I'm right.
Probably, it would probably, if you had different products and different brands, it will try to logically group them in different categories.
Awesome.
Just as a human would, right?
What did you say, Maddie? Sorry, I cut you
Oh, I
off.
said just as a human would, right? You would probably categorize your help center based on product if you have different products.
Right. All right. Thank you both. This is a good one from Teshwar. This is building from the description and the tickets we have. Is there a quantity or a duration of tickets it's using to build knowledge?
Yep. So it's looking at your past 90 days for Knowledge Builder. With Knowledge Assistant, which is the feature I've been talking about coming Q1, that will have more of the ongoing analysis. So I believe it's like, I actually don't know the cadence offhand, so I don't want to say something wrong, but it will be doing it on an ongoing basis. And that would allow you to then track, like, how are things trending over time and changing. There was a really good question in the chat around, my business is seasonal. So just looking at the last 90 days isn't necessarily indicative of all of our top trends, which is really good feedback for us and for product. But again, like the Knowledge Assistant will be able to address that ongoing optimization piece.
Awesome. Thanks, Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There were a few, like I think Dana and Adriana asked this, if you were to set all the generated knowledge to internal, would the bot still use those articles in generating answers? And I feel like, Jake, you had.
Yeah, I can take it. I think I answered it in the chat as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally the generative AI agents follows the permissions based on the article and the user that's involved. So depending on the terminology of what an internal article is it only available to your agents? Is it in draft mode, not accessible at all? It'll validate who this user is and should they see this answer in this content. We have, with user segments, we have a lot of advanced permissioning that you can configure on your documentation, and right now it follows that. If there are other use cases where it's not quite the right match or you can't achieve it through instructions, definitely this is a community event, engaging community feedback to make sure we know of those other use cases, but we just want to make sure that we're able to gate the right content, the right answer to the appropriate user based on those permissions.
But there's a really great question around what is the difference between Copilot, procedures, and AI agent? And just for the audience, today we're covering agents and knowledge. We did have a really great event on Copilot last week, so definitely check that out. But maybe, Maddie, I think you answered this in the chat, but I think it's a good question to kind of put out there and answer for everyone on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to answer it like at a super high level. You could probably spend a lot of time answering this question, right?
Mm-hmm.
But AI agents are, I think people get thrown, but like this is what we used to call them bots, right? So this is your vehicle for reducing your ticket volume, right? By automating your interactions. Procedures are part of our AI agents advanced product. So we have 2 tiers of AI agents. We have Essentials, which is more of what we've talked about today, right? That's just how you could just get started quickly, included in the suite. Great kind of way to just jumpstart your automation. As you mature with your strategy and you want to get kind of more control and granular with what your AI agents are able to do, procedures is one of the ways that you're able to do that with AI Agents Advanced. So that allows your AI agent to follow specific guidance and rules and multi-step processes, right? And then Copilot, which we didn't talk about today, but I believe we had an event last week about Copilot. So this is a proactive assistant for your agents, but also for your admins that can guide them in real time. So, we tend to think of AI agents as kind of like the front end, like the front of house, right, experience. They are interfacing with your customers. Copilot is more for your teams. It's more for your agents and your admins to do their jobs faster and be more productive. And it's giving them, it is truly proactive. It is giving them that guidance in real time and can even fully automate some parts of their job if you are comfortable with that, right? So, and that feature is called Auto Assist. So yeah, lots to unpack with Copilot, which is why we had a whole session on it last week. And I think there's probably a way to get that recording, especially if you were registered for it.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And great response, Maddie. Thanks for letting us put you on the spot. I think we're going to wrap up here. We're at time. Thank you, everyone. Join us next week. We'll be talking about employee service and all the innovations there. But until then, we hope you have a great rest of your week.